So, good day everyone. My name is Aljon Orpalas, and so before we start, and I would like to ask everyone who's watching, kamusta yung araw natin? So, um, sana okay yung araw nyo, ano? I know that we've been through a lot this sem. Ah, so, kapit lang. Alam ko kaya natin tong malampasan. So, yun. By the way, my topic for today is all about the Managerial Grid by Blake and Muto 1985. So, start tayo ng discussion. So, ayun, introduction to the managerial grid. So, ayun, sabi dito, yung managerial grid daw is na-develop siya ni Robert Blake and Jane Mouton noong 1985. So, ito daw ay isang tool na ginagamit para i-assess or evaluate yung management styles ng sa ating organizations. Sabi dito, yung purpose daw or yung goal daw ng managerial grid is to improve leadership's effectiveness or yung ma-improve yung mga leaders natin sa ating organization, or ginawa ito para ma-improve palalo yung mga leaders natin kung paano sila mag-handle ng tao, kung paano nila um, gawin yung isang task na ginawa sa kanila or sa team. So yun, and to achieve corporate excellence. So yun, para mas mapabuti yung um, result or yung result na nagagawa ng ating organization. So, kasama rin pala sa report natin is yung different types of leaders. So, mamaya i-discuss natin kung ano yung iba't ibang uri ng mga leaders. So, let's proceed to the framework of managerial grid. So, it is two-dimensional grid. Vertical axis concerns for people, and the horizontal axis is concerned for the result. Kung makikita nyo itong picture na nakapresent dito, is ito yung framework na managerial grid. So, yung vertical axis or itong pataas na line, yung arrow na ito, kung makikita ninyo, yun yung nagme-measure kung gaano ka kataas yung concern ng isang manager or isang leader sa kanyang people. So, mas mataas is mas mataas yung concern niya, mas mataas din yung grade niya dito. So, ito namang horizontal axis na ito, or yun na yung concern for the result, is ito namang nakahiga, pahigang line na yan. So, kapag mas mataas din ang concern ng isang leader sa kanyang result, is mataas din yung magiging score niya. So, magiging score niya, for example, mataas ang kanyang concern sa result, so magiging 9 siya, 8. Kung mababa naman is 1. Yon. So, it defines 5K leadership styles based on the scores on the grid. So, yun. Yung sabi ko nga kanina, yung 5 leaders, 5 types of leaders, is i-discuss natin siya mamaya. So, malalaman nyo kung saan yung lugar nila sa grid na ito. So, ayun. Let's tackle about the types of the leaders. Number one kind of leaders natin is the improvised leader. It has an improvised leader has a low concern for people and low concern for results. So, ang improvised leader daw is mababa yung concern niya sa katao niya, sa kanyang team, and mababa din yung concern niya sa magiging result ng kanilang team mismo. So, ang isang improvised leader din daw is minimal effort in work or leadership. So, hindi siya masyadong nag-effort ang isang improvised leader. Also, ang isang improvised leader daw is disorganized and ineffective styles. And next naman natin is yung authoritarian leader. Ang authoritarian leader daw is it has a high concern for results, low concern for people. So, yun. Yung authoritarian leader naman is mataas yung concern niya for the result, pero mababa ang concern niya para sa people or sa kanyang team. Yun. Focus on productivity at any cost. Yun. Ang isang authoritarian daw is naka-focus siya sa sa productivity kahit ano yung maging kapalit. For example natin dito is pinapabayaan niya basta matapos yung isang project or yung task ng kanilang team is okay lang kahit walang pahinga yung kanyang teammates or yung kanyang employees na hawak. Yun. Authoritarian leader daw is often strict and task oriented. So sila yung uri ng leader na stricto pagdating sa task or sa kunyari kung ano yung assign sa'yo is kailangang matupad mo yun kasi binabantayan talaga nila at saka nakapokus talaga sila sa kanilang um, task. Next natin is the country club leader. Country club leader has a high concern for people, low concern for the result. Yung country club leader is kabaliktaran siya ng authoritarian. So ang authoritarian, tulad na nasabi ko kanina, they have the high concern for the results but low concern for the people. Ito namang sa country club leader, kabaliktaran siya ngayon. Mas mataas yung concern niya for people pero low concern siya for the result. And they are friendly and accommodating. So ang mga country club leaders daw is accommodating and friendly sila. So maganda yung relationship nila sa kanilang team members. And work efficiency may suffer due to the lack of focus on goals. So yun, dahil nga sa sobrang friendly and accommodating na country club leader, yung work efficiency naman yung maapektuhan. So dahil puro lang sila usap or kwentuhan, ganun. So hindi na sila nakakapag-focus ngayon sa goal. More on nakakapag-focus na lang sila sa pagbibuild ng kanilang relationship inside the organization. Pero yung focus nila sa goal is wala. Next type of leadership or type of leader is the team leader. Team leader has a high concern for both people and the result. They are collaborative and motivating. So, itong team leader naman daw is mataas yung concern niya para sa kanyang teammates, sa people, and sa magiging result. And yun. So, they are collaborative and motivating. So, collaborative, ibig sabihin gumagawa sila kasama yung team. Kumbaga hindi sila yung puro utos-utos lang. Kumbaga nakikipag-cooperate sila sa kanyang team. And motivating. Kapag for example natin dyan is, kapag ikaw isa kang team member and yung leader mo mismo is nakikita mo na gumagawa, nandun siya kasama nyo sa paggawa ng isang task. So mamomotivate ka ngayon na tapusin or galingan pa kasi nakikita mo nga na yung leader nyo mismo is nandun. So ang team leader daw is motivating din. So yun, nakakapag-promote daw siya ng high performance and team spirit ang isang team leader. Ayun, it is also considered the ideal leadership style. Yung team leader ino-consider na ideal style. Kumbaga ito daw yung pinaka magandang klase ng type of leader. So yung next natin is yung balanced leader. Moderate concern for people and result. Balance work and relationship. So ang balanced leader naman is yung concern niya for people and result is moderate lang, kumbaga nasa gitna lang siya ng grade. So hindi mababa, hindi rin mataas, nasa gitna lang. So dahil balance siya, so nababalance ng isang balanced leader yung work and relationship niya sa loob ng workplace or sa organization. So, ayun, balik tayo sa framework. Kung makikita nyo yung kanina, yung mga leader na nabanggit natin is makikita natin siya dito sa may framework na ito. So, ito, ang improvised leadership is nandito siya ngayon kasi sabi kanina, ang improvised leader daw is low concern for people, low concern for the result. So, tulad ng kanina sabi yung sa may vertical axis is the concern for the people. and the horizontal axis is the concern for the result. So yan, concern for the result. So ang improvised leader nga is mababa yung concern niya for people. So 1 lang yung score niya, ang grade niya. Mababa din yung concern niya for the result. So 1 din. Pag pinagsalubong mo sila or hahanapin mo yung intersection nila is dito mo siya ilalagay ngayon, yung grade ng isang improvised leader. Same din sa iba. So next natin is the authoritarian leader. So itong the authority obedience leadership. So ang authoritarian leader naman is mababa yung kanyang concern for people. So 1 lang ang kanyang grade doon, pero mataas ang kanyang concern for the result. So 9 ang magiging ang score niya doon. So pag pinagsalubong ulit and hahanapin ang intersection nila, dito nakapwesto um, ang authoritarian leader. So yung red na yan. Next naman natin is yung kabaliktaran ng authoritarian leader, which is the country club leaders, itong purple na to. So ang country club leaders, tulad ng sabi ko kanina, they have the high concern for the people. So 9 yung grade nila doon, but they have the low concern for the result. So 1 lang ang magiging score nila. Ang intersection nila pag ilalagay sa grid is nandito siya, dito mo siya makikita. Next naman natin is yung the team leader. Team leader, sabi nga kanina, they have the high concern for the people. So 9 yung grade niya doon. High concern din for the result. So 9 din. Ang intersection nila is nandito. Dito siya nakalagay sa kapag nilagay sa grid. Itong green na to. Next naman natin is yung balance leader. So moderate lang siya. So kumbaga, ito 10, kunyari 10 yung over 10. So moderate lang siya. Sa gitna lang yung yung concern niya sa dalawa. So 5-5 lang. 5-5 lang, kumbaga balance siya. Nasa gitna lang siya, hindi siya mataas, hindi rin mababa. Moderate lang, sakto lang. So ayun, kung makikita nyo kung bakit nakalagay, bakit kailangan ilagay dito, or kung bakit nilalagay sa grid, is nilalagay siya dito para malaman kung anong klase ng leader yung leader natin, and then makita natin kung paano pa natin siya mapa-improve. So for example, dito sa authoritarian leader, itong red, so mataas ang kanyang performance, concern for the result, pero mababa yung concern niya for the people. So kapag nalaman na natin kung ano yung pagkukulang niya, pwede natin siyang i-try na i-develop or i-train. Pag tumaas na yung concern niya for the people, so tataas din yung kanyang magiging grade. So pwedeng maging 3, pwedeng maging 5, hanggang sa makaabot siya dito, ma-develop siya bilang isang team leader. Kumbaga yun yung pinaka-purpose ng grade na to. So ayun lang, thank you for listening and watching. I hope you learned something from me. Take care and God bless.